Hello, welcome to another video, and today we're looking at the lat pull down versus the chin up, or chin up versus lat pull down. And the chin up is on the left and the lat pull down on the right. So let's just have a look at a couple of reps just to get an idea of what we're looking at. So you can sort of see on both of the concentric movements, so right there, so concentric means when I'm pulling, even though it's working the identical muscles, the chin up, the bar is fixed, so I'm moving my body towards the bar, so it makes it a closed chain movement. Where the lat pull down, I'm working the same muscles, but I'm the stationary object. Now the bar is the moving thing, so this is called an open chain exercise. And you sort of think, well, what's the big deal if they're both working the lats, the biceps, the forearm, all that sort of stuff? What's the difference? Well, there can be a big advantage to using closed chain exercises with, especially when there's a loss of stability. However, in the chin up, it's a much more difficult movement for most people to execute. So there's a lot more mistakes and a lot more things going on. Obviously, with the chin up as well, like your legs, to stop your legs swinging backward and forward, you really need a hell of a lot more core strength going on. This is why a lot of people might feel like their abs are more sore than their arms on the following day after they've done them for the first time. Where the lat pull down, if you're in a seated position, and in my case here I'm kneeling, there's not really any stability required for my legs. All right, I could even do it if I didn't have legs. So the major difference though, but apart from the leg part, is just the amount of weight that you're going through. So I was doing some body weight ones there. I could have used a band. It would have made it a lot easier. So that's a way around it to make it similar to the lat pull down. But I prefer to probably start with a pull down for people who, when they're first beginning, and they can really try to keep their elbows pointing down, because what we will see is that their elbows tend to point behind them, and when they do that, it forces the front of the anterior part of the shoulder forward. So you end up losing stability in that part of the shoulder, which can bring about all sorts of problems. But the other thing in the chin up, if I just go back a few reps on that, if you watch the chin up, how much even I might cheat a little bit. I'm just coming back from a shoulder problem myself, and that left shoulder sort of hikes up, and you sort of see how I sort of really wiggled myself around there. So if you just sort of watch carefully. So I'm just bringing it back in slow. Yeah, see that sort of movement there? And that's a favouring of that right shoulder, and I'm almost trying to snake my way up there. So for me at the moment, it's probably a better choice to do the lat pull down or a close grip chin up instead of the pull up. People call them pull ups when you've got an overhand grip, and chin up if you've got like a close or parallel grip. But regardless of either of the exercises, your main area you're working are the lats. All right, so the lats are doing predominantly a lion's share of the work on both of the chin up and the lat pull down. Forearms, you can see my forearms are massively on the go on the chin up. We're not so much on the lat pull down. Well, I can really modify the weight to be a lot more simpler for me, so I can execute good form. And you could probably see if my elbows, see how they want to sort of kick out at the back there. And that's maybe where I tried to go too high. I should have stayed there. Just that little bit extra, just that sort of brings about some cheating. So that's probably where I'm better off with the chin up, with the close grip, or one step down the lat pull down. And even with the lat pull down, you can still see my shoulders not quite happy with this overhead stuff. A lot of people don't quite finish it off. You can sort of see that right shoulder still stuck down, it's not quite happy coming right up. I should sort of allow that full momentum to come up, and so that's where I'm still working on some things myself. All right, so that's a good example of the difference with the pull down and the chin up. So if you're coming back from injury or you're just starting out, obviously the pull down is a better choice. But as time goes on, definitely want to get to the chin up. It's a great exercise and something that we all should be doing. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed that video and the comparison of the two exercises.